So by popular demand, we're going to figure out together, you and me, all of us together, how to do the services at home since we're all, quarantined. So, yeah, get ready because we're doing this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Orthodox Review, the most uneducated educational program on the interwebs. Whoo! How's everyone doing with the quarantine, huh? You hanging in there? You all right? All right, good to hear. Good to hear. So anyway, as you all know, services online, we do what we can, but a lot of people want to keep certain services at home. I don't blame you, not one bit. So today we're gonna go over a few different resources and techniques to use in performing, not performing, but reading the services at home as a lay person without clergy present. We're gonna figure it out. But before we get into it, shill. Listen, I got a Patreon. I've got tons of content on there. There is daily content during the week, plus intermittent surprises, audio, video, text, the whole nine. So please, prayerfully consider supporting the show on Patreon. You'll find a link below. You'll also find all sorts of other links below. There is a section called Friends of the Show. They don't pay me. They don't give me free stuff. They're just websites that I thoroughly like, companies that I support and enjoy, and in most cases, people I'm actually friends with, and I think they're worth a shout out. Plus, any and all materials that we use in the show, there will be links below for them as well. And I will say right off the bat, there is one link that will be particularly useful to everyone. So anyway, I've wasted enough time. Let's get into it. So you're at home, you're quarantined, you can't go to church. You want to be a part of the services somehow that doesn't involve you sitting in front of your computer watching a live stream on YouTube. Gotcha. We got you covered. So there's a few different options that you have. And I'm pretty sure there's a cat at my window. Nope, just my imagination. So your first option is you get a hold of a service book, such as this one from the Antiochian Archdiocese. This was gifted to me years ago by a friend on Facebook. Now, you could, in this case, all right, let's say, oh, good grief. Let's pick a service. You got Vespal Divine Liturgies, it's Orthros. Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, Orthros is great. So let's go with that. So let's say, okay, and this is a heavy one too, so bear with me. So Orthros for Holy Friday. Great and Holy Friday. So let's say you have this book at home and you're like, well, how do I do this by myself? What do I read? What do I omit? And it's actually a pretty simple formula. So anywhere where it says priest, usually you would just substitute whatever they say as far as blessings go with, through the prayers of our Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us. Then you get into the reader parts, which you read. When you get to a priest part, where the blessing, just like in your daily prayer rule, through the prayers of our Holy Fathers, etc. Then you've got Psalms. Easy. Okay, so where you have an ectenia or oh, now the cat wants to go out. Hold that thought. Yes, anywhere there's an ectenia or a litany, you know what you do? 12 Lord of Mercies, move forward. You got the 6 Psalms, which, you know what? Maybe you're blessed to read those every day anyway, and so that's cool. Then you have readings, but again, now when you get to a gospel reading or say an epistle reading, you just announce it and read. There's the blessings. So now the 12 Gospels, antiphons, you can read or sing them, no problem. Anywhere where it says reader, chanter, that's all you. That's all you. Right through the odes. So really all you're looking for is anywhere where there's a litany, ectenia, or anywhere where there's a call and response, you omit, and if it is a litany, throw in there 12 Lord of Mercies, and you're good to go. Now, that's a complicated way of going through things. Option 2 is to go with my favorite publisher of all time, New World Press. Reason being is their prayer book actually has, if you haven't already seen this episode, has all the hours and major prayers throughout the day edited for use by a single person in a room alone. So all your hours, Compline, Vespers, it's all in there. So that takes all the guesswork out, right? Okay, sure. But you're like, oh, Louds isn't in there, whatever you want to call it. Fine, great. Option number 3. My priest, of all people, God bless the guy. He's like me. He's a liturgics nerd. So he went through and he created reader services for all the services throughout the week, including Holy Week. And then created PDFs that you can either view on your phone or e-reader or whatever, or if you've got access to a printer that prints double-sided, you can just print out the whole booklet. And okay, let's say it's just you and it's not you and one other person. You just read it straight through. It takes the guesswork completely out of it. He's got it for Vespers, Matins, all the hours, Typica. And Typica is something that a lot of people ask about because they're, wow, what is the Typica? It's the Divine Liturgy without the Divine Liturgy. So like, let's say you don't have these, and you will because they're free. But let's say you have a copy of the Divine Liturgy in a prayer book. Fine. You get through the first 3 antiphons, and they're like, where do I go from there? Well, right there in the center, boom. Once you're through with the gospel reading, it takes you right through, no problems, right through to the end. Now, that's only 11 pages long, if you include page 1. So, fantastic. But anyone who's watching this probably has access to the internet, so the link for these will be below in the comments. Now, if you want a hard copy and you don't have a printer, he's put together a complete omnibus of the whole thing for $4 through Lulu. So it's pretty much the cost of printing and shipping. But yeah, so believe it or not, all you people, like, I understand how daunting and worrying it can be to be trying to keep the services and pray at home, and you're feeling disconnected. I know I am. I really, really miss my church family. But we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it by keeping the prayers. And even if we're not together with our brothers and sisters in Christ, we know that we're together in the prayers. And I know YouTube can be an impersonal way to experience a service, and that sometimes we just want to use our voice and pray to the Lord. And this is a good way to do it. If you have access to books, great. If not, download the PDFs. Do what you got to do. Don't stop praying. And I'm really trying not to cry right now, because I really miss church. I miss my priest, and I miss my brothers and sisters, and I miss my friends. And keep praying. Just keep praying. I love you all. I'm praying for you. Please pray for me. We're going to get through this. I promise.